Hi Year 9s, welcome to a very quick example video. So this video is for index law 4. So this is when we've got multiple things inside brackets and a power outside it. So what it tells us is that when we're multiplying two or more bases or numbers and they're raised to the power of m outside those brackets, so m can be any number, it can be 2, 3, 100, hopefully not 100. We've then got to apply that power to everything that's inside the brackets. So it's actually very similar to index law 3 where we have to multiply the powers when there's some inside the brackets, because you will come across those. And so I'm going to go through some examples that will show this. So if we look at our first one here, we've got expand the following using index law 4. Okay, and question A is 3a squared. So what you need to do, and this is a really good habit, is apply a power of 1 to anything that doesn't have a power. So this is why I said it's very similar to index law 3, because we're going to basically use index law 3. We're going to go 3, which is one of our bases, and we're going to go 1 times 2, and we're going to have a, and we're going to do the same, multiply those two powers. And that's all we're really doing here. So then we just simplify, keep our bases the same, and just have the answer. Okay, so 1 times 2 was 2. We got a, and then it's going to be the same thing. So as you can see, we've really just put it on both things. Now you can go one step further, but if the question doesn't ask it, you don't have to. You could find out what 3 squared is, which is just 9, and then you're going to have a squared. So that's how you could leave it, don't have to. So let's go to another example. Now this one here's got significantly more in it, and that's why I said in the previous one, go and put a power on anything that doesn't. Because if you look here, x and y both have powers on them, but that negative 3 doesn't. So I'm going to put my power of 1 there, so we remember that exists. So then if we put our negative 3, so we're not doing anything to the negative 3. We're going to go 1 times, and then the power outside the brackets, which is that 3. Okay? So, and we're going to do the same for the rest of it. So now we're going to write our x, but it's going to be 2 times 3. We're going to do y, and then it'll be 3 times 3. So your next line will simply be negative 3, and 1 times 3 is 3. X, 2 times 3 is 6. And y, so 3 times 3 is 9. And bam, it's done. You could possibly evaluate the negative 3 to the power 3, but unless it asks you to, don't bother. Alright, so then that. Now we've got another one, very similar type, but see this 5 outside the brackets? We're not doing anything with it. So I'm going to automatically write 5 times, because we're not going to touch it because the power is not being applied. Now we just go ahead and go, is there anything without a power? Yes, the b. So I'm going to put a power of 1 on it. To remind me, I'm going to have a to the 2 times 4. The 2 is what's already on it. The 4 is outside the brackets. I'm going to put my b. It's going to be 1 times 4. Okay, so the 4 is what's outside the brackets, and the first number is what was inside. Alright, so then we're going to just have 5. And I'm going to skip putting that times sign because algebra and they're lazy. And we're going to do it. So we're going to have a, and it's 2 times 4 is 8, bonus. B, 1 times 4 is 4. And that's it. That is all there is to it. It's just remembering, put a power on it, power of 1 if it's got nothing, and then multiply them. I hope that makes sense.